Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning to you indeed, and welcome to today. A wonderful Wednesday morning greeting to one and all. Welcome to the 28th of January, 2026. I'm Pearson Bowen. It's so wonderful having you company. Thank you very much for waking up to keep us company as well. You have made a really good decision, and I encourage you to continue making great decisions every single day that you wake up to join us first. Well, second after your prayer, and of course to stay with us right the way through. I encourage you also to share the show, tell others about what we do, and bring them along to be a part of our community of engaging people bright and early in the morning. To those of you joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, thank you for doing so. Have your conversations between yourselves, but have your conversation with us as well. Your comments mean so much to us, and I really want to hear from you, actively engaged in what we do as well. Remember, tell others about us and bring them along too. And if you know of something or someone whose story has to be told, then I'd like you to tell us about it. You can do so. Be our partner in bringing to you every day the best show we possibly can. Be that partner by sending us an email. The email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and we thank you for doing so as well. We know that you do because we see your responses, and we really, really do appreciate you doing so. To the little ones who are already up and preparing for school, I wish you well today. It's a sporting term, and a number of you are going to be out there representing yourselves, your houses, your teams beautifully, and I want you to do so safely as you go as well. But have a good time. This is one time of life that you will never get back, so enjoy it to its fullest indeed while you're at school indeed. So we're looking forward to exciting things from you by way of your achievements through your athletic prowess. Also, you adults who have just gotten up, treat your children well. Treat them well. Treat them well. And I know for a lot of you, your definition of wellness can be different depending on your own culture, your own lived experiences, but just show them love in the best way you possibly can. Let them know how much you care for them, and let them know how much it means for you to see them succeed, and you do so consistently. It means the world to the child. Slender Glenda, good morning to you as well. A wonderful Wednesday morning greeting to you as well, my friend. Have yourself a terrific today, whatever you choose to do. Good morning, Joe Jackman. Joe Jackman is in the United Kingdom. She wakes up every day to watch and to listen, to engage with. And so to you, Joe Jackman, I wish you well. Her name is Andrew, but we call her Joe Jackman. Rhonda Hines Graham, good morning, Rhonda. I took the time yesterday, as I told you, to watch your My Community episode 1. And I'm looking forward to My Community episode 2 from you, Ron. Sweet Rons, have yourself a terrific today. She wishes all the best of Wednesday. She wants us to continue living up and keeping active. We see you do it, and so you're a very lived example. Vereen Walker, good morning to you as well. She says good morning to family and friends here, there, and everywhere. We, from here, say to you, Vereen, as well, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Watching from Antigua today is Denise Hurst. Denise Hurst, thank you so very much for watching from Antigua. I hope you share this with your friends in Antigua and family there as well, not just those across the world, but those in Antigua too. Yeah, they're part of the world too. So Denise Hurst, thank you for doing so. Today we want to have a very sober conversation with you. We want you to be honest as much as possible, because today's question of the day will require you to pause for just a moment, think of yourself, and be honest in what you have to say. And in accepting your honesty, there are solutions. And we'll be exploring those solutions this morning, as on this Wellness Wednesday. We're looking at whether or not you understand your numbers and what your numbers mean to your overall health. Have you been checking them at all? Does it matter to you, or does it really not matter? Have you checked recently, or have you not? Be honest with me. Be honest with me. I really want to hear from you. Some of the solutions will include how you treat your nutrition. Some of the solutions will include how you treat the different things that grow in nature around us as well. Before the end of the show as well, we will tell you who won that big BIM Got Talent See-Off competition. Can't wait to find out who that winner was. And we'll meet a man who is surviving the snow in the north of America. And so the question of the day is, again, be honest. Folks, call me right now. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Of course, you can post your comments in the comment sections. Be honest. When was the last time that you actually checked your health numbers? When was the last time? Was it within the last few weeks? Was it more than a year ago? Was it that you simply like to avoid the doctor and only go when you're not feeling quite well? Or you just simply don't know? You don't even know how to? What is it? What is it for you? Call me and let me know. I'm not in any way trying to chastise you about anything at all. I'm not judging you in any way whatsoever, because there but for the grace of God go I. When was the last time that you actually checked your health numbers? I could use myself as an example if you wish for me to start the ball rolling for you. 228-5562 or 228-5563. There was a time a few years ago when I didn't even check a number. As far as I'm concerned, I felt well. I looked pretty okay. I ate well. I had good sleep. I had all of those things down pat as far as I thought. And then I remember right here on this compound of the CBC, we were running a little bit of some health tests. And they came and they put the cuff on, took the pressure. I saw the reaction by the nurse at the time. And I thought, listen, and I said it to her too, do not scare me. Do not scare me. So she took me aside. And she thought there was a fault with the machine. There was not a fault with the machine. There was a fault with my numbers. That led to a whole host of other things happening. And so now I know I do check often. What about you? What do you do? When was the last time that you actually checked your health numbers? 228-5562 or 228-5563. And I know you're asking numbers for what, Pearson? I asked the same question too. So we'll find out this morning from our medical practitioners, numbers for what? What numbers? And how do we understand those numbers? And what do those numbers really truly represent? What can those numbers tell us so that we can begin to avoid any further complication? We're looking at that very actively this morning, and I'd like to hear from you. When was the last time that you actually checked your health numbers? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me now. Be honest with me. Be open with me. I'm not going to judge you. No one will judge you, as a matter of fact. Do not even be embarrassed about it, because in your honesty, there is a solution. So Rhonda Hines-Graham says she checked hers last Friday. Last Friday. And what's the frequency with which you check your numbers, Rons? Is it every week, every day? Was it because something happened last Friday that scared you? Pat Ben, good morning to you, Pat Ben, as well. Good morning. She says, I keep my body in check, so the last time I checked was 2 weeks ago. Is that a fair rate of check? Every 2 weeks? Or was it simply because, again, something scared you? 228-5562 or 228-5563, or even if there is a standard rate of checking. Should we check every, and what would that be? We will talk to you a little bit more about that as well this morning, but I want to hear from you. What's your lived reality? What's your practice? When was the last time that you actually checked your health numbers? Whether it's the prick on the finger to check the blood sugar level, whether it's the use of the cuff to check your blood pressure levels, whether it was a visit to your doctor to get your BMI checked. I don't know. What is it that you have been doing, and how often do you do it? And really, honestly, when was it the last time? Was it within the last few weeks? Was it more than a year ago? Was it that you avoid doctors and you only attend to these kinds of things when you're not feeling well? Or you don't even know that you had to or that you should. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'm waiting on your call. I'm waiting on your responses. As you know, I am patient enough to do so. John from St. Joseph, John says, Only numbers I check nowadays is the lottery. John. Seriously though, I avoid doctors unless I'm sick, he says. And I understand that. And is that a general behavior by men, or do women have that same thing? They only go to the doctor when they're ill. John, thank you for being honest indeed. Pat Ben says, oh, you check your numbers often. Okay, every 2 weeks. Fair enough, Pat. That's okay. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but thank you for being honest where that's concerned as well. So today, in our Wellness Wednesday, we're looking at the numbers. We're looking at getting ahead of complications and finding solutions before they actually become a complication. But before we go to break, let me tell you, if you're looking for something to bring life and color to your home, your garden, or your business, well, there's Codrington Plant Nursery and Garden Center. They grow plants that make Barbados beautiful. From vibrant flowers to shade-giving and coastal resilient trees, the plants enhance parks, beaches, roadsides, hotels, and even your backyard. So every month, thousands of plants are being carefully propagated and prepared for planting, keeping our island green, climate resilient, and visually stunning. And when you purchase from Codrington, you're supporting local jobs, reducing imports, and investing in a sustainable future. Whether you're planting a community park, revitalizing your garden, or adding a splash of color, it all begins at Codrington Plant Nursery and Garden Center. The contact details are on your screen, and so now avail yourselves of all things bright and beautiful and make it happen in your space where you are. We'll take a break right here. When we come back, we're getting beneath the numbers so we can understand what we need to know to live even healthier moment by moment. Back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something.
We're 14 and a half minutes now after 6 o'clock this Wellness Wednesday. Bright and early in the morning, we are looking at your health. And we think it's important to do so early so that as you spend your time throughout the day, you spend time really contemplating what we're talking about. Perhaps today starts that change for you. A number of us within our community, as has been reported by our medical professionals, are living with non-communicable diseases, and a lot of times we're living in absolute ignorance, and I say that kindly. And so I want to take a look this morning with our medical practitioners at that ignorance and how we dispel a lot of it so that we better understand how to get beneath the numbers, why it's important that we check the numbers in the first place, and what can we actually do when the numbers don't look so pretty. That's right. We're talking to Dr. Crystal Haynes, who is the founder of One Medical Clinic. And she's brought along with her a very familiar face to all of us now, Zoe Manning, who is an investigative health and nutrition coach. Ladies, good morning.
Thank you so much for having us, Pearson.
The numbers, Dr. Haynes. Why do we need to know numbers?
Numbers are important because they can give us a pretty good signal as to what's happening inside of our bodies. So we would have heard of the silent killer, hypertension. It's a condition that affects a vast majority of adult Barbadians, and they're walking around every day feeling like everything is okay. And unless you're having those periodic checks, you really wouldn't know that you could be at risk of a heart attack or a stroke if the condition's left not managed.
I put my hand in the air because you just talked to me right away. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you all folks my story. I've never really shared the story. And I started by sharing this one by saying it started here with a medical check. My numbers were so out of whack.
Wow.
But that my doctor, the internist at the time, he said, but this defies understanding because one, you're bony. So that makes no sense. Your body did not reflect the typical person candidate who will present with these numbers that you're presenting. You eat well, you're fit, you're everything else. But why is this happening? And I'm telling you, because of that, I now know better what I need to be mindful of. And yeah, I put back on a little bit of weight. That's okay, I think. But we'll delve a little bit further into that. But I missed all of the signs by assuming that all was well.
Yeah.
And that's what we all tend to do generally, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I would say is that hypertension is a condition that's very common among the Afro-Caribbean population. Genetics is a major contributing factor. So as you had discussed, you're active, you eat well, you take care of your body. You would have never guessed that you fit the profile of someone who could have hypertension. And that's why having these simple ways of assessing, whether it's an at-home BP measuring cuff or even a bathroom scale or a measuring tape, can give you an indicator as to what's going on inside of your body so that you can be cued in and therefore be able to detect early and therefore manage a potential life-threatening condition.
We think all the time that, but my family is naturally big. My family naturally eats this way. We've never had a problem with this in our family before, so naturally it shouldn't happen to me.
Yeah, so at our Practice One Wellness Clinic, we do take a broad holistic approach to managing health and well-being. We would know about 2 in every 3 Barbadians suffer with either overweight or obesity, and many of these conditions can be managed through diet and lifestyle in addition to pharmacologics. And that's why we brought Ms. Zoe Manning alongside. She's a health and nutrition coach, and she's going to chat a bit about how adjusting the regular Bajan plate may help to improve your overall health and well-being.
If we don't, what?
Well, the consequences are there. We know that 8 in every 10 deaths in Barbados are the consequence of a non-communicable disease. We're talking about complications including kidney failure, stroke, heart attacks. We don't want to get there. So that's why we would recommend at least an annual check. If you have a family history, you might require more regular checks, or if you have an established condition, definitely work hand in hand with your own doctor, because I can't give general medical advice. A health history is something that's very personal to the individual that's sitting in front of the physician at that time. And based on certain markers, based on blood work, we can then offer individualized care, attention, and guidance for you specifically.
What are the trends revealing in terms of genders? More men having these problems, these non-communicable disease problems, or more females, or is there a balance?
Well, what's interesting is that the data on obesity is actually showing a greater prevalence of obesity among Barbadian women than among Barbadian men. That might be related to the types of work that women are into, perhaps more office-based, more corporate, more sedentary, less physical activity. There's also hormonal factors that interplay. So there are conditions including polycystic ovarian syndrome. Women go through menopause, which also affects how fat is stored, how fat is metabolized, how sugar is metabolized. So the trends are showing a bit of a gender skew towards women having more of these conditions. And I will also admit, women usually do show more health-seeking activity. They're more likely to pick themselves up and go and get something checked than a man who is generally going to say, man, I'm all right, I'm going to brush that off, So perhaps that might be a factor that might impact how the data is reflected.
As it relates to the frequency with which we need to check our numbers, what would you recommend, generally?
Generally, from about age 40, you definitely want to be going for an annual medical examination. Your physician will check for certain things, including your blood pressure, your blood sugar. They'll evaluate things like family history, things like screening for certain types of cancers, including breast cancer, cervical cancer screening, colon cancer screening. All of those things depend on the individual patient. For someone with established disease, there have been circumstances where I've had to tell a patient, you need to check your blood sugars every single day, write it in a diary. I want you to track as well what you're eating so that we can see how your body is responding to what you eat. So it definitely is a case by case, but at a minimum, please see your doctor at least once a year to get that full head to toe evaluation and blood work.
I used to live by the adage, live till you die. Just don't miss the moments in between, live till you die. But that approach cannot work today. And so it's important for us to be able to pay attention to what our body is saying to us and also track, as Dr. Haynes would have said to us just now, track the movement, the changes, the consistency or lack of consistency thereof, because it's that movement that tells the medical practitioner what needs now to be addressed as we go. And we can nip it in the bud literally before it becomes something with which we're having a challenge. And so the tracking of numbers, ladies and gentlemen, is so vitally important. So vitally important. And it can vary depending on your condition that you're working through, and it can also vary depending on your age. And that's what you're saying to us. Get that relationship with your medical practitioner, begin the tracking process.
Yes.
And as you're tracking, your nutritionist might actually say to you, okay, well, try a little bit of this, adjust a little bit of that, and track it as well. And so, Zoe, let's talk a little bit about how what we eat affects how we live.
Okay, totally. So thank you and for having me here today. Dr. Crystal Haynes and myself work really closely together. As she identifies these clients with issues, she will refer them to me. When they come to me, I do a very thorough assessment because in my care, I'm about holistic medicine. So the mental, the physical, the emotional, and spiritual. In that, it breaks out into a lot of things. So yes, I do a health history. My health history may look a little bit different. It works on your goals, yes, your family history. We also talk about your sleep, your stress, because these are key components as well, in addition to what Dr. Haynes mentioned, that can affect blood pressure and other NCDs. So I work very closely with my clients on sleep, just to mention, as well as their stress. How to balance their circadian rhythms. We look at digestive health and gut health, because it's not just what you eat, but it's also how your body digests it, absorbs it, because we can say this is healthy food, but if your body's not digesting it and absorbing it right and correctly, and you're potentially living in an inflamed state, you're doing more damage than good. And there's no one plate that fits everyone. I'm very much about bio-individuality and yes, multidimensional health. But to answer your question directly, which is how what we eat affects us, I would like to generalize and say whole food, plant-based and healthy protein is generally the key here. Ultra-processed foods are a definite no-no. And just to be simple with it, basically, if it's ultra-processed and not minimally processed, so I say minimally processed, maybe nuts in a pack that just have a little sea salt. If they have hydrogenated vegetable oil, if they have palm oil, all of those things are considered inflammatory and are not good for us and affect our gut, which is the root of inflammation and the root of NCDs in my world. So that's a generalization about food. Getting back to ultra-processed foods, we've got things like high fructose corn syrup that's hidden in ketchup. We've got so many other preservatives. Once you see a package label that looks long like this and isn't just a little sea salt and a little maybe healthy oil, you're in trouble. Just avoid them like the plague. And let's touch on sugar. Sugar is a major problem in Barbados. We all seem to have a sweet tooth over here. Yes, and we all know sugar is now considered just as addictive as cocaine. So some people wake up on a morning after their long fast of dinner, and they wake up and they're having breakfast, say, in the perfect world, it should be roughly 12 hours, but let's say some people may eat late and it may not be. But breakfast is breaking a fast. Mm-hmm. And if you break a fast with sugar on an empty stomach, with a fruity and a piece of cake, what are you doing? You're spiking your blood sugar. And the more times you create this spike, this is what creates insulin resistance and eventually funnels to prediabetes and diabetes, right? So the most important thing here to break your fast with on a morning is a protein-filled breakfast. And we will get to those details later. But some people think 1 or 2 eggs, maybe a Starbucks coffee loaded with sugar, any coffee loaded with sugar, that is breakfast. But no, those loaded coffees with sugar are dessert. And also, if you have a bowl of fruit first on a morning, you're also creating the effect of sugar going into your system. It is healthy sugar. It does have some fiber, so that how you eat what's on your plate matters. We will get into this more.
I feel as if I shouldn't eat at all. Honestly, everything I eat is a problem.
I'm going to help you.
And you're here to help me. You're here to help me. That's fine. inflammation of the body, Dr. Haynes, because Zoe kept talking about the inflamed body, and oftentimes we assume that that's when we have a cold. That's not what we're talking about.
No, definitely not. So Zoe was making the link between your diet and inflammation. And we know that sugar is actually one of the most inflammatory things that you can consume. It can predispose to cancers, it can predispose to diabetes. And one of the medical terms that Zoe touched on was insulin resistance. It's something that we hear so often, but many people don't understand firstly what insulin is and therefore what insulin resistance is. What I want to explain is that our bodies need sugar. Sugar is fuel. Our brains, our eyes, our skeletal muscle all need it. But the challenge is, in most cases in the modern world, there's an imbalance between our dietary intake of sugar and what we're actually burning off as fuel. And the excess, we know, is ultimately stored as visceral fat. So insulin resistance occurs where the body doesn't respond to this key hormone, insulin, in the way that it should. Insulin, I want you to think of as a shuttle. It binds to the membrane of a cell, and it helps to transport sugar out of the bloodstream and get it into cells so that your body can burn it off. So insulin resistance occurs where your body is not able to burn that excess sugar off, and that excess sugar is ultimately stored as visceral fat, which usually goes around the tummy area and predisposes to cardiac disease. So
Wow.
we can talk about this all day.
Wow.
Crystal, I would love to go on and point to your scale at this point, because it is that scale, which we use at the clinic, is called a biometric impedance scale, and it gives you great analytical data. When the clients come to me, they go on the scale and they get this information. If I can run through it, it's about body composition, because we're about weight health. We don't love to talk about weight loss as much. We don't, we like to put it as a positive twist. So weight health is about knowing your body makeup. It's about the fat, it's about the muscle, it's about your bone. Are you getting enough protein? It does give you the BMI as well. It also will tell you your body type assessment. Are you overweight, obese, muscular, fit? Listen, that scale will
This
reveal
one scale does
you.
all that?
Yes.
One scale does it all.
It shows you where your muscle is in your body. And let me tell you, girls, if your legs have a lot of muscle, you're in a good position, because that soaks up the sugar. Don't eat too much, but it soaks it up.
I'm so tempted to try this. So,
We would love you to get on.
Dr. Haynes,
We don't have to out you, but if you're open to it.
you're not going to out me, right?
No. We don't have to expose your numbers, but just so you experience it.
Okay. Could you set up on the floor there? Let's see how
Sure.
this
So
works.
admittedly, I would need to connect my phone to get all the detail of numbers, but if you pop on, you will get your fat,
I
your
will
body
get
fat.
at least my body fat.
Yes, you will.
Okay, I'm good with that. I know fat.
Oh,
Don't embarrass me. So
It
let's
even
see.
tells you visceral, but we'll do this
All
after.
right. It's on.
Okay.
And
You can help me
choose
with it.
on, off.
Okay.
Does it matter?
Usually when you
Shoes-
do your weight, your belt should be off. Ideally, if you do it first thing in the morning with nothing on, that's the best thing. But for right now, I will let you stay as you are.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So just stand on the scale. And
I will pass you this, and you will put your thumbs on it and hold it out in front.
Okay.
You can hop on.
on. Thumbs on. Look up.
Arms out in front.
Arms out in front.
And okay, shall I reveal your weight?
I don't mind.
Okay, 124 pounds. No, I'm upside down. 152. 152.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not seeing any more.
So there's nothing else to tell about me.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
But we will reveal this later. I will get my phone and I will connect it, and we will get all the data on you.
Okay, that's all I weigh.
Very cool.
That's all
Thank
you weigh.
Well, that's good news. Thank you, Dr. Hayes. That's
Sure, your doctor would be happy to hear that.
I'm very happy to hear
If
that.
you would really like to see what a printout looks when you come to
Sure.
the clinic, and I'm connected by my phone, those are the details. And they even reveal visceral fat, subcutaneous fat, visceral being the belly fat, subcutaneous being the fat around our thighs and areas that women don't like. But yes, it
Oh, okay.
reveals the details.
This is a lot to absorb, and there's more. So we'll take a break right here. When we come back, we delve in a little bit further and show you how you can, through by what you consume, begin to make a difference to your numbers and more. Stay with us.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas,
we're talking numbers and knowing your numbers on this Wellness Wednesday, and I'm hoping that you're paying very, very close attention. I shared with you a moment ago one of my numbers, my weight. And I rejoiced because, quite frankly, my weight has decreased. I love it, as a matter of fact. But the other part of this whole question of how we get to know our numbers and understand our body mass index as well is the waist. The waist tells us a lot as well. This is the number I'm afraid to know. Indeed, Dr. Haynes, tell me why the waist, what happens in this torso area is so critical to know.
Right, so waist circumference is an important measurement for you to know and for your doctor to know, because it can be an indicator as to the amount of visceral fat that's accumulating in your body. So visceral fat is what we would deem as metabolically active fat, the kind of fat that ends up in the vasculature, the kind of fat that predisposes to heart disease. So sometimes the heavier set someone is around the abdomen, it can be a red flag. So there are different numbers for women and men. Usually a waist circumference of over 40 inches is a bit of a red flag for men, for sure, and over 35 inches for women. That is the red flag zone, but there are definitely some amber warnings before we get to those numbers. But just to give you guys a ballpark as to where you definitely want to avoid.
I think I'm in the amber zone right now because I don't like my profile anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you look at yourself and you see, oh boy, and your friends love to tell you, oh, you're wearing a shirt with a hump now. And all of those kinds of things is what we say to each other. But so, would you measure me?
Yes, for sure.
And would you tell me what it means?
Yes. So one of the things I want to highlight is that there are things that most people have in their homes that they can use to give them an indication as to where they might be with their health. A simple bathroom scale or a measuring tape, even if you don't have a blood pressure machine, these are basic things that most people have around the house that could help them to understand where they are.
Right,
so
go for it.
Where we want to measure, guys, is between the lower end of the rib and the upper end of the hip, usually at the level of the navel. So I'm not undressing Pearson on TV, but I'm going to guess that his navel is somewhere around here.
Yes.
So
I'm wishing this away. What does it tell you?
All right. So we are roughly at about 38 and a half inches.
Yes. That's not bad though.
No, it's not in the red zone.
But But it's in the amber zone.
It's in the amber zone.
I told him it's in the amber zone. It's in the amber zone. And it could vary depending on my age, height, or those kinds of things?
Right. So even in terms of measuring your weight just now, we don't usually take weight in isolation. A taller person usually has a heavier frame. So one of the indices that we usually use in assessing weight in a better way is called the body mass index, where we take your weight in kilograms and divide it by your height in meters squared, and it gives us a number. So usually those numbers, if you're 30 or over for BMI, it means you're obese. If you're 27 or over, it means that you're in the overweight category. And those things usually put you at risk of things like, you know, the NCDs, hypertension, diabetes, and so on, which are very common in our population.
See why it's important to know your numbers?
Yes.
I'm at 38. My little tiny waist is telling me
that's the thing.
I'm belly at 28, at 38. You're going to say that's the thing?
Well, that's why it's important to measure, because we, many times in a population, we have an idea of what is normal based on what we see every day. And sometimes we're not flagging that, okay, this could be an issue. What I think is a normal plate, what I think is normal size, might not be actually a healthy weight or a healthy plate.
So my first thing is to target this area and this area alone. Get it down, get it back in within a manageable range. And that could include how I eat. Correct. So while I might be a little bit lazy and don't want to go to the gym to work on the abs, at the same time, I could also address this by what I eat, Zoe.
You most certainly
So
can.
let's talk a little bit about how I can change my diet so that my number, my stomach, my body mass index, my stomach falls right back in.
I understand. Just to add on to a little something Crystal said with the BMI, is to point out that that doesn't take into consideration your body composition, which is why the biometric scale is so important, because your muscle, your fat, and your bone are the part of that gives us greater detail in. BMI is a good start. Now, regarding your stomach, believe it or not, a stomach can have a lot of bloating going on or digestive issues that in almost a couple of days of eating right can go down. It doesn't mean there isn't visceral fat, but there's hope for you, person. You can be looking good on camera just now.
That's good news.
Okay, so to start simply, make sure you drink a lot of water, get a lot of fiber in your diet, and eat, once again, whole food, plant-based, and a healthy protein source. Because chemicals and all those different things, gluten, dairy, wheat, if you're intolerant to those things, they're going to affect your bloating and your digestive health. All right, so that's a little snapshot at how you can get your belly down. In addition to that, a detox is always a good place to start. So a lot of the clients that come to me, I start them with a 10-day detox. Honestly, you lose about 4 to 10 pounds on this. We include a lot of fiber in the diet, and it's low glycemic. So honestly, there's no one who really can't go on this detox, and everyone gets great results. It also reverses NCDs, believe it or not, in only 10 days.
Wow.
And that's not a sales tool.
That's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
The numbers show.
The numbers show. All right, let's look at the table here, because this looks like a typical, what people will find typically in their homes. So how do we manipulate all of this so we see the differences and the benefits that we're all seeing?
Certainly, Pearson. I'll try to break it down. But just to start off quickly, I brought a picture of a plate. I'm not sure if you can zoom in on this. And what this plate says is we should try to load up our plate with half veggies, quarter protein, and then we can do a split between starch and fat. If you're about to go to the gym, you may need a bit more carbs on that day. So this is just a general plate. It depends on the person, what their goals are, and also, how physically active they are in a given day. But to start, I've kind of broken down this table, excuse me, Crystal, into breakfast. To start with first. So when we look at breakfast, most people like to have some fruit maybe, yogurt. I brought some blueberries, and a lot of people in Barbados believe in oats.
Yes.
Now, I just want to touch on oats a little bit. I'm not sure if these plastic bags are totally clear on camera, but there's something called quick oats, which most people love to go for. They boil in, 1 to 2 minutes, microwave even. They come with lots of sugar in a little container where, you know what, it's super yummy. But the problem with quick oats is you're not getting the benefits of oats that people believe they're getting.
Out of the cover.
Because there's no fiber in quick oats. They've stripped the quick oats of the fiber. The real oats that are good for you are actually the steel cut oats. These are in the most natural form. They take quite long to boil. So my suggestion here to anyone wanting to use steel cut oats is to maybe boil up a batch when you have time. And you can keep it in the fridge, you can warm it up, etc. This is filled with fiber and the most and the best for you.
And these you'll find in the supermarket easily?
Yes.
Because I could find this quite easily.
Yes, this is in more the health aisle. I don't want to call the brand, but there's a very popular brand in the supermarket that has a lot of healthy food, healthy products, and you find that there.
Is it oily? Does it have that oily film?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. And really filling because it's high in fiber.
Can I eat this as is?
So here we go. So you want to have oats for breakfast. Great, super good for you, high in fiber once you choose the right kind. You, however, want to make sure that you're getting enough protein with your breakfast because once again, we're breaking a fast. We don't want to just carb load it. So options for protein, and roughly 30 grams of protein is a good gauge. Yogurt. Now, all yogurts are not created the same. Once again, I've got to go into a little bit of details here. Yogurts can be very fluffy and have lots of sugar and actually not have a lot of protein. Some yogurts may just have 4 grams of protein a serving. You want to choose one that basically when you read the label, there are no additives. It's plain and it shows all the bacteria, lactobacillus, all the different words that are a little difficult to pronounce, but all the bacteria that's there. That's the best yogurt for your gut, and you want to choose one high in protein.
You tend to want to go to probiotics.
Yes, probiotics are super good for the gut.
Okay, good.
Yes. Now, eggs are a popular source of protein. I want to highlight, every egg only has 6 grams of protein. So if someone says, I'm having 2 eggs for breakfast, I'm doing good, you know, and whatever, just know this is only 12 grams if you have 2 eggs. Now, depending on the person and if they have high cholesterol, there's another discussion there.
Yes.
Fruit is once again a lovely option. However, remember, fruit is carbs. So know your plate. You want to get 30 grams of protein. Yes, it's okay to have your fruit, but you want to have it after your protein. And fiber. Fiber is great. I brought berries along because for the people who may have diabetes and not want to have a high glycemic fruit like bananas, etc., berries are excellent source of fruit because it's very low in the glycemic index.
I just want to stick a pin here on the sequence with which you eat your food on your plate. It really matters, and Zoe would have just highlighted that. So we are talking about insulin and blood sugars and how your body responds to them when you eat. When you have your fiber before you have your carbohydrates, it actually reduces your glycemic spike. It reduces your blood sugar spike. So having the fiber and the protein before having the carbohydrate on your plate is one of the things that someone who's concerned about their blood sugar levels could also do.
Correct. And this is not just for diabetics. Everyone should practice this way because, yeah, we don't want the glucose spikes. There's nothing positive about glucose spikes.
I like the breakfast options. I can deal with the breakfast options.
One last thing to mention, teas. A lot of people like teas and they think they're doing well. I encourage everyone, always read your labels. A lot of teas, even if the marketing to the front will say it's natural, you turn the back, they have sugar added, and sometimes they have preservatives. This is not the plain teas. This might be the turmeric and something. You know, so just always read your labels. I want you to be educated. You don't want these added ingredients, you want things natural.
All right. What I have to do is to take another break.
That's okay.
I will take you through another meal every day. We've shared with you your breakfast. And for those of you who are paying attention to your glycemic levels, you understand now the sequence within it you should consume. What comes next, you'll find out right after this break.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of
We have 8 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. I can't impress upon you enough the importance of knowing your numbers and knowing how you eat and what to consume indeed. And so our nutritionist Zoe Manning is with us now, a nutritionist. And so Zoe, we've done the breakfast. Dr. Hayes reminds us that we should first eat our fibers. Is it it?
Yes, get the fiber in first, get the protein in first, and the carbs go in last.
Good. So we have to watch how we eat and the manner in which we eat. But a typical Bajan heads to lunch, and we are going for a heavy lunch. So tell me, what's your best advice for us?
Okay, my best advice there, Pearson. Okay, so let me just look at what a typical Bajan, maybe van food may look like. You may have almost half your plate of pie. You may have some protein there, and there'll be a tablespoon of slaw. Yes. Or a tablespoon of toss. Yes. Right. So my little suggestion there. So I always like to start my clients where they're at. Like, I can't take someone whose life is crazy and they're at van food to the perfect plate. So in my practice, it's always where you're at and what are maybe 2 steps you can take. So talking about the Bajan plate and potentially 2 steps they can make at that van is to maybe switch from macaroni pie to peas and rice. Don't have half your plate with carbs, maybe a quarter your plate with carbs. I'm assuming you may be a construction worker and you need some carbs and you need some energy. I'm not asking you to pass out on the job, but maybe quarter, right? And choose peas and rice. Peas are high in fiber, which is great. Now, if
there's different peas. Sorry, I love lentil peas personally.
Excellent.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so they are different peas. You're right, Pearson. Peas and rice typically has pigeon peas, but we're going to talk about different peas in a sec.
Okay.
So you've got your quarter plate of peas and rice. If you have healthy choices of protein at the van, not everything is fried, I would say do that, because I want to plug it here that all oils are not created equal. Seed oils, canola oils, sunflower oils, all the typical oils you find at the supermarket are once again inflammatory. There's nothing good about those oils, and they are cheap. So when you buy out and you buy at the van and you buy at places, but once again, we can't change everything overnight, but I want to educate the public, those oils are not good for you. If you're cooking with high heat at home, avocado oil, yes, it's expensive, but just use a little bit. Once in a while, if you're frying some chips, we all have to live. We want something exciting. But also extra virgin olive oil is great. Okay. So we've got the peas and rice. We're going to try to choose maybe a not the fried kind of protein, if available. And if possible, if you can ask the person at the van to give you some extra vegetables. I would say that's the way to change it at the van. Now, a few other things I would like to talk about when we're looking to have a healthy lunch or dinner. As a busy individual heading out to work, I would suggest plan, prep, and practice. Now, let's say on a Saturday or a Sunday, you have a little window of 1 hour. Yes, you need to shop, you need to plan what you're going to buy, but you can put a whole lot of veggies in a pan, put a little olive oil, stick it in the oven, you've got grilled veg. You can likewise take some chicken breasts, some fish, once again, same oven, season them a little different. Now, you don't have to eat it every day, but it's there for those emergencies when you want to drive through fast food and you want to get the unhealthy food.
Yes.
It gives you a help. Or you can load up on those veggies to take to work with a healthy something from the van. Now, let us look at some carbs. So we did speak about the macaroni pie. Now, that is how to say, I believe in whole food, plant-based, plus your protein source. This is what your body was biologically designed to eat. Think of the caveman going out there, he's looking to get the meat. All the things are plant-based and they're grown around us, even the carbs. This is what our body thrives on. Pasta is extremely dense. We can all have a little treat once or twice a week, but we don't want to make it every day. We don't want to have it to go to bed at night where we're not going to burn it off. Some good carbs are, yes, rice. Brown rice is good. Jasmine, basmati, brown basmati. There are two kinds of potatoes. I just want to point out, sweet potato is the better one.
Yes.
But there's also the Irish, the regular potato. So that is carbs looked at. There's maybe quinoa and a few other things. Let us
Zoe, just one sec. I want to flag something on carbs in terms of our beverages. So we're here talking about the healthy plate, and we haven't yet flagged that what we're drinking sometimes also contains loaded sugar. So one thing that I used to lean into when I was younger was lots of juices. There's an idea that if I drink juice, juice is healthy, it's fruit, it's good for me. It's better to eat your fruit than to drink your fruit. The thing with eating a fruit, at least you'll get a bit of fiber from it. The other thing is your juices actually usually are packed with added sugar, and sodas are a no-go zone. I know that there's certain carbonated drinks that are popular in Barbados, your ginger ales and things. People will generally assume that it's a safer choice than, let's say, a red soda. But to be honest, when you check your labels, sodas are just anything carbonated, unless it's soda water, is just packed with added sugar. So when you have a pie or rice or something like that, you've already spiked your blood sugar and then you're washing it down with a soft drink. It's actually really deleterious to your metabolic health. So just a note on beverages, and wherever you can, drink water.
Noted, ma'am. Noted, ma'am.
Sure, and Crystal, just to say, so people can really understand, 4 grams, every 4 grams of sugar is 1 teaspoon. So if you take 4 grams of sugar and divide it into like 50-something grams of sugar, which is in like a Coke, a Juicy, those sort of drinks, you're getting 14 teaspoons of sugar. So I really want people to understand, and there's nothing good about that.
Again,
on an empty stomach, especially, even worse.
We're running fast on time here. Over here now on the other side.
Just quickly, eat the rainbow of veggies. Remember, we're loading half our plate, so you like to get the different colors. Use your herbs and spices, ginger, thyme, cilantro, load up on it. Green veggies are great, onion, garlic, do your veggies. Now, of course, healthy source of protein, but I brought a few tin foods because I want to point out sardines are extremely good for you, high in omega-3s. However, choose the one in olive oil. You don't want the bad oils. Tuna is good, but you don't want to eat it every day because
olive
it's or in water is my choice. And you don't want to eat it. It's been in the sea a long time. Big fish are high in mercury. And the one that is my personal favorite is the wild-caught pink salmon that actually comes in a tin. It's fast, it's good, and it's high in omegas. Now, just to look at some plant sources of protein, you can either choose to buy peas and beans like this, where you have to pressure them, except for lentils, which boils quickly, or you can get organic actual chickpeas by one of the brands. Now, fats are important. They help to satiate us. So if you're just doing protein veg, remember to have some fat. And fats can come in like nuts and seeds. So you've got all the nuts. You've got the almonds, the Brazil, the walnuts, and the seeds. Seeds are so good.
I'm good with my fats.
Yes, and fats.
I'm really good with my fats.
A lot of women like to avoid fats, but the truth is fats are good for our hormones. But we want to choose healthy fats. And even if you are trying to lose weight or you have high cholesterol, good fats are good for you. Don't avoid your fats.
All right. So Pearson has to take a detox first before he adjusts and accepts his new diet as he goes. Pearson needs to work on his torso area because 38 is not the best number. It's an amber zone. I need to work on that. Getting to understand your body mass index is critical. Your numbers overall, absolutely critical. And it begins with a visit to your doctor. It begins with that conversation, that honest conversation with yourself, that something needs to change, and then the change begins to happen thereafter. But it takes effort. But the effort brings reward, and that's what we're talking about today. So don't be afraid to know your numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid to check your numbers as you go as well, and to track your numbers too, because there's a team of people who can help you. Zoe Manning, our nutritionist, thank you so very much for talking to us this morning. Dr. Crystal Hayes, you got me frightened, girl, but I'm all right. I'm all right. I feel better. One, my numbers in terms of weight have dropped. This part of it I need to work a little bit closer on. So once I get all of these things aligned, then hey, life is so much easier and so much better indeed. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Our pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Whoa, I feel good. We'll take a break right here. We're coming right back with more in just a moment.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's take a look at the news now. Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley has defended her government's record since taking office in 2018 and is asking Barbadians to give the Barbados Labour Party a third term when they go to the polls on the 11th of February. Addressing supporters at the presentation of Barbados Labour Party candidates in Oistins last night, she outlined the key achievements of her administration. Those are detailed in a book entitled The Red Record, A to Z Promises Kept, copies of which were distributed at the event. The Prime Minister said among the biggest achievements is that Barbados now holds the highest level of foreign reserves in the country's history, moving from just 3 weeks cover in 2018 to 32 weeks currently.
And tonight as we speak, our debt in Barbados is 15 billion. Well, you would have to be a mujin to tell me that 15 is more than 18. Or Kelmanomics. And what is more, that $15 billion that we owe now in debt is in an economy that is about 15 billion in size. When we owed the 18 billion, the economy was smaller. It was only about 10 billion. So that you owed more in a small economy than today you owe less in a larger economy. That is why the debt to GDP ratio is smaller today than it was before.
The Prime Minister added that her administration had focused on improving the economic circumstances of vulnerable Barbadians. She noted that for the first time, a government increased welfare benefits by 40%. Ms. Motley also pointed out that the government also modernized welfare legislation to reflect a 21st century reality. However, the Prime Minister acknowledged there are challenges to be addressed, including issues at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital and concerns about crime. But she says work is underway.
The hospital still has issues, and I've given the assurance that I will meet their wants every 3 months to remove the obstacles, to remove the difficulties, whether it is procurement or contracts or finding skills, whether locally or overseas. It doesn't mean that we don't have issues to face with violence. We are in the midst of implementing the most aggressive and modern criminal justice reform.
With experience at both the national and regional levels, has come out in defense of the Electoral and Boundaries Commission, dismissing claims by the Democratic Labour Party as unfounded and driven by desperation. Also speaking at that candidates launch last night, Gregory Nichols pointed to how a similar electoral issue was handled 9 years ago. His comments come amid calls by the DLP for the upcoming general election to be delayed, citing concerns that some Barbadians are still not on the voters list.
In 2017, when citizens of the Caribbean countries living and working in Barbados, the children going to school, paying taxes, the electoral department told them they could not vote, although the representation of the peoples are allowed Commonwealth citizens to vote in Barbados. And we had a policy where only people from England, New Zealand, and Australia were considered as Commonwealth citizens. And we were rejecting our own brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, working and living in Barbados. And Wilfred Abrams and myself on a team of brilliant lawyers, we didn't go to stop the 2018 general election. We went to court to preserve the right of those people who the law says can register to vote so they can vote.
Well, the Prime Minister has invited observers from CARICOM and Commonwealth to monitor the elections. Leader of the Democratic Labour Party, Ralph Thorne, is promising that party members seeking office will disclose their assets. In an address streamed online last night, Mr. Thorne said that more about this will be revealed at the DLP's political meeting in Oistins on Thursday.
Integrity in public life legislation must become alive and must remain well, so that the people of Barbados know the financial circumstances of those who are entrusted with millions and billions of dollars to run a country. Barbadians must know the financial status of persons who sit in government. And we intend as a party to disclose our assets in advance of coming into office so that that commitment is made to Barbadians. And not only is the commitment made, but the proof of commitment is made available to Barbadians.
A prospective independent candidate says she is disappointed after failing to secure a nomination for the upcoming election. Valerie Suzette Jean-Marie of the Civic Integrity Advocate Party told CBC News that supporters who turned up to endorse her nomination in the Christchurch South constituency were ruled ineligible. She says she was informed that they were not registered voters in the constituency, making them therefore unable to sign under the rules governing the nomination process.
So what we have is a situation of the constituencies are very small, the band is very small. So where you somebody that just lives just up the hill is in a completely different constituency. It's too narrow. The bands are too narrow. Someone that just lives one side of the road is Christchurch South. The next side is Christchurch West.
A caution to public service vehicle drivers to drive defensively on the nation's roads. It follows an accident yesterday in Hopewell, St. Thomas, involving a PSV and a private vehicle, which left 7 people injured. Rachel Agard has that story.
A clarion call has been sounded, encouraging drivers of public service vehicles to sign up for the ongoing training at the Jean and Norma Holder Institute. The call comes once again from Chairman of the Alliance Owners of Public Transport, Roy Raphael. But he says the Sturgis-Jackson route is a relatively good one with little to no complaints for drivers.
I've seen the accident, right? I will give an opportunity for the police to do the investigation, but I want to encourage our drivers out there to be very careful and be very cautious about this road. I find that in Barbados we have a number of vehicles. We have more vehicles than we have 5 years ago. There are more younger drivers. We are seeing more younger drivers too as well be attracted to the public service vehicle operation. So therefore I would like to encourage them to be more careful and also encourage them to do the course too, because within the program that we're doing right now, we have an area of safety. We have already started to talk to a number of organizations and persons to assist us in the road safety as well as defense driving.
Officers from the Barbados Fire Service and 2 fire tenders responded to the accident under the command of Station Officer at the Archhall Fire Station, Elridge Straker. Sub-officer from the Bridgetown Fire Station, Henderson Nichols, says while the injuries were not life-threatening, their response time was delayed due to the road closure in Bridgefield, forcing them to take a longer route to the location.
The driver of one of the vehicles, 16 years, and his passenger was 13 years old. They had minor injuries, and inside of the van, you had 2 children as well with facial injuries also.
Meanwhile, Chief Education Officer Dr. Ramona Archer Bradshaw says the Ministry of Educational Transformation dispatched school officers from the secondary school section to lend support to the affected students.
While in communication with the responding officer from the Barbados Police Service, it was revealed that injuries were sustained by 2 students traveling in the PSV and 2 students traveling in the other vehicle involved in the accident. The ministry will continue to monitor the progress of the injured students and offer any further support as required. We take this time to urge everyone to exercise the greatest care and attention when traversing our roads in order to minimize these unfortunate incidents.
Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Let's look at sports now. West Indies trail South Africa 1-0 after losing the opening T20 International by 9 wickets yesterday at Boland Park. Sent in to bat first, the Windies posted 173 for 7 in 20 overs. Shimron Hetmeyer top scored, falling just short of half a century with 48, while Rothman Powell was unbeaten on 29. George Lind took 3 for 25. In reply, South Africa eased to the target, scoring 176 for 1. Aidan Markram was the main batter for the South Africans, hitting 86. Ryan Rickleton was not out on 40, and Pretorius scored 44. Roston Chase took 1 wicket, the lone wicket for the West Indies. Here are the highlights.
Catch it! That was it, with some ferocious...
Well, the next match for the Windies is tomorrow at 12 noon Barbados time. That's a look at news until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon right here on CBC TV 8. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
17 minutes now after 7 o'clock as we continue on this Wellness Wednesday, looking at ways that we can improve our overall health and why it's important for us to pay attention to our overall health, why it's important for us to have that relationship with our medical practitioners and our nutritionists. That is part of the key to managing your overall health. Knowing your numbers, knowing just what it is that you're eating, understanding when you read the label what it is that you're reading, and just sometimes just the order in which you eat is also absolutely critical. But do you know they're also in your space where you are, as you walk on by, natural herbs that you can actually use to help you. And so joining me this morning as we take a look at the plants and all the medicine that truly we live among is Christy Langell-Priest. She is a healthy life coach. Good morning to you, Christy.
Good morning.
Tell me what you do. What is it that you do?
Well, firstly, I'm an organic farmer. And so I have an organic fruit farm and organic herbs. I have all the medicinal herbs and the culinary herbs. And then I'm also a herbalist. Because all my life, well, when I was 11, my body was a mess, and my mother would take me to different doctors, and they'd say, oh, it's growing pains, nothing wrong, you know. But I knew I wasn't right. And in the end, my mother found a herbalist, and I started using herbal medicine. And I didn't look back then.
It worked for you?
It works.
Does it
yes.
work for anyone?
It works for everybody, trust me. And so... and also my mother, because she couldn't sleep. If she did sleep, she woke up feeling like she hadn't slept and so on. So this herbalist sorted her out as well. And so I started, in London, I started studying European herbs, right? And then I came to Barbados 30 years ago, and I thought, wow, not many European herbs, but we do have tropical herbs. So that was a wonderful education for me then to start studying those, and that's what I've done for 30 years now.
How did you go about this study that you undertook to understand what it is that you're dealing with here in the Caribbean now? How did you go about that? By taste and know for yourself, or going to a lab? How did you do your test?
Okay, well, different ways. If we take the first one, which is Cassia fistula, the other name is laburnum. The real name has stunning, beautiful flowers, and it has these long black pods. So when I saw these pods, I thought, wow, they're amazing. So I cracked one, and I smelt it, and to me it smelt like chocolate. So, my God, taste this. So I started eating it, and I ate it all afternoon. It was so delicious. And then I spent all evening in the toilet. So I kind of found out.
So now you know that's a laxative.
Precisely. So, you know, and I wouldn't recommend that for everybody because, you know, when I visit my children in Australia, I'm tasting herbs there. And my daughter said, Mummy, don't just pick up leaves and taste them. You'll get my children doing that. And I said, well, that's why you need to learn what is good and what is bad and teach them, right? Because it's all right, you know, to pick a curry leaf and eat it, but it's not all right to pick, there's a poisonous plant here.
And so your advice to everyone is, try this under guidance, so to speak. Don't just assume that every leaf you see is something you could try, because there are some things that are dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. But even the dangerous ones, because I never had a certain flower in my garden because they said it was poisonous. But when I researched it, it actually cures cancer. So, and you know that the medical treatment for cancer is to poison the cancer cells and hope the good cells will take over. So, you know, even the plants can be poisonous at one level, but as a medicine, they can work. So that is also very interesting. Yes.
Is there a plant for every known medical condition you are aware of?
Well, that's a good one. And the more I study, they say, the more you know, the more you realize how little you know.
Do know, yes.
And I've been studying, as I say, for 30 years and more with the European herbs as well. And you always learn something new, always. And obviously, I don't know all the diseases in the world, but from all the common and most popular, if you like, problems, there is a plant cure for sure.
There is a plant cure for sure. You keep referencing the European herb and the Caribbean herb. You've drawn that distinction. What's the difference?
Well, obviously in Europe with the cold weather and the different climate and soils, then different plants grow there. I mean, we do have some same European herbs like basil, thyme, marjoram, parsley, coriander. So there's a lot of, you know, mix match, crossovers, but there's other herbs in England, for example. You have a herb called plantain, and you don't get that here. You get the plantain banana, but you don't get the plantain herb.
Okay.
And so, yeah, there are extra herbs over there too.
You mentioned some herbs that we put in our cooking. We get that. We get that.
Right.
We understand that.
Yeah, you do that very well. You do that very well.
We got that. But then there are some other herbs that we use as medicine. And I know you brought along some examples of that as well. One of which would cause a lot of Bajans pause because we built a lot of other stories around it. Noni.
That's right.
The noni fruit. We
Smelling
have stories around it.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about what does the noni fruit do?
Noni fruit actually is very powerful. This is the fruit when it's full, okay? It's not overripe. The ones that really smell bad are the ones that are overripe. And, you know, I've been told by Bajans, we were told, don't step on that because it will give us a bad leg and so on. But obviously, when you step on a fully overripe one, it squashes and it smells really bad. But this you can use like cucumber. You can just slice it up and put it in a salad. Yeah. Or Christophine, for example.
So slice it and eat?
Yeah. Like you do. And Christophine, you can eat Christophine's fresh.
How do I know it's perfectly ready for me to slice and eat?
Once it's not got any green on it. You see, there's just a tiny little bit of green here. So you know that it's 90% ripe.
So give it time.
Just a little bit longer, but not much longer, because as I say, the rest of it is really good. So you could just eat that and leave that little bit. But yes, and the leaves are amazing as well, because if you have any kind of ache or pain, you can bathe the leaf over a flame, which stimulates the production of the oils, and then you can wrap it around a bad knee and sleep on it at night, or a bad elbow, or, you know, wherever you've got pain, back,
headache,
and it works.
And it works What do you guarantee me here? Because if I wrap the knee, and I go to sleep, I expect to wake up and there's no pain. Is that fair?
Well, obviously, it depends how long you've had the pain, what's causing the pain.
Okay.
If you do things in your sleep, which will cause you more pain. They say there's no guarantees in life, right? But you can use a cabbage leaf.
Yes.
If you haven't got a noni leaf in England, you would use a cabbage leaf.
Right. These are things we grew up in, especially as a country boy.
That's right.
I know. I understand the soursop leaf. I understand all of those kinds of things as well. As a tea, as one of those cooling teas.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm back still with the noni fruit in your hand. You said I can slice this, eat it like cucumber, have it in salads and the rest of it. And what kind of flavor does it have?
Very little taste. Very little
Just
taste.
more watery than anything else?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Just and a little bit crunchy.
Okay.
A bit like Christophine, doesn't have too much taste and a little bit crunchy.
Add a little bit of salt.
If you want, yes. And that's another thing, there's nothing wrong with salt. I mean, I know, because processed foods are highly sugared and highly salted, yes, you don't want those.
Okay.
But natural, you've got Himalayan salt, the pink salt, you've got Celtic sea salt, those are really good for you. And I personally, I can take all the magnesium I want, but I still get leg cramps at night. My daughter in Australia said, "Mummy, I think you need to take salt." I said, "Oh, okay," because I don't cook with salt, right? I let everybody put what they want on the table. And so I took her advice, and sure enough, I don't get cramp. And the days I forget to take the salt,
the cramps up
I get the cramp at night,
All right. We know the noni juice as well. You can put the fruit down. As I said, there's a thing in Barbados that says be careful how much of that you consume because it can throw you off.
Well, with everything, and doctors' medicines as well, you take a small amount to begin with, and you see how you go, and then you can take a bit more.
Right.
But yes, don't overdo anything.
What's noni juice good for?
Noni juice, my goodness, I tell you, it is good for, it reverses aging and toxic in the body and pollution. We have pollution with car fumes and so on, and it also is a cancer fighting.
May I say that charts from what you're reading?
You see, I've written them out because there's so many things that one particular plant is good for that you just can't remember everything.
Okay. And helps to improve digestion.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But again, as with everything else, moderation is critical.
Precisely.
Is there an age-appropriate application for this? And I'm asking because there are children with indigestion. And this is supposed to help to improve digestion.
Right.
Should we be careful offering this to a child?
Well, if I have a child with indigestion, I actually rub castor oil on the stomach. If they're constipated or have indigestion, then nothing's going in the body, right? And you just rub the castor oil on the stomach, and that will relieve the indigestion and constipation as well.
Can you do that for the adult?
Yeah. You
said the child. So.
I mean, obviously, what's good for a kid is good for an adult.
Is a good application.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a plant that grows everywhere in Barbados.
And just rub it in the belly button area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of your, in acupuncture, a lot of your meridians go through your stomach, your navel, your belly button.
Right there. Not anywhere else, just there.
They go through your ears, they go through your eyes, yeah.
I got the ear, nose, throat thing. But in the belly area, by the belly button. Don't just go over the whole torso, so I've done it. That's what you're saying.
Yes, it's most important circular around the belly button. Yeah.
I got you. What's that prickly fruit that you've brought along?
Yes. People don't seem to know this, but if you go to Lime Grove, as you drive in, there's these hanging on a few trees in the front as you go into Lime Grove. It looks very dangerous and vicious, but it's not. It's quite soft, really. And it has these, at Christmas, it's the tree's covered and they're bright red when they're fresh, and it looks like a Christmas decoration. And the seeds, I opened this already, so they're dry. Maybe you can open yours.
So how do you open this?
Just squeeze it at the side.
At the side?
That's
I heard click.
Pull it open. Yeah, there you go. Right.
Inside is a secret, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what's inside. Look at that.
And what you can do, just take a few and put them in your palm of your hand, rub it.
Okay, just a few. And what should happen
You
before I
will
rub
see it goes orange.
It goes out. So
Yes.
just coloring my hand?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, look.
It's used as a natural colorant.
What am I going to do
you need
now?
a tissue. Oh my gosh, we haven't got a tissue.
All right, I got the idea. I have the
Okay.
idea.
I mean, it's called the lipstick tree.
Oh.
The Amerindians would use it for face paint, body paint, and so on, right? So you can use it as a decorative paint.
As a healthy decorative paint.
Yeah.
It
rather
doesn't
than
do
a
the body any
toxic.
harm.
No,
when the
this is so good for you. I mean, look, it's antibacterial, anti-astringent, and also it's very good for the kidneys. It's good the leaves if you have a diuretic problem, but it's also an aphrodisiac. So it improves your sexual performance and so on. So yes, and it's also good for snake bites, but we don't have snakes in Barbados.
Not
But
bad.
anyway.
And so, is this something that's edible?
Yes. Yes, it's called cheap saffron. If you put a few annatto seeds in a little oil in a pan, the oil will go orange, and then you put in your cooked rice and stir it, and then you've got pilau rice. It's gone yellow. Yeah,
Interesting.
it's wonderful. It's used as a food colouring, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have walked on by and not paid attention.
Yeah.
Not touch it.
Yes.
In the first place, because it does look prickly and painful, but
It does,
it's not.
doesn't
it? Really
Yes.
isn't.
But also you can grind it and put it in your smoothie in the morning as well.
Okay.
And it strengthens your kidneys as well. So
Do you have to use it in its ripened stage or state, or do you?
yes,
or
because
is there danger?
No, there's no danger with this, but you won't get the seeds in the pod if it's not mature. So you have to wait till the pods are this color really,
that orangey
and
colour.
then you know that the seeds inside are good.
But that's not quite this color.
No, that's the early one, but it's still got enough
very
seeds,
potent.
but it could develop and get more. Yeah.
Is this the neem tree that you brought? Neem? What's
this
that
is
one?
not. No, this one, Bajans don't know this one. I actually found the tree in Jamaica, but I used to live in the Middle East, and I remember buying bunches of these in the veg market in the Middle East. And so there was a lady in the garden. I said, "What is that?" And she said, "Oh, the Indians keep coming here and taking it." I said, "Indians? Okay.
What am I to do
Take
with
it, crack
this?
it and smell it." He doesn't trust me.
I need to know first.
Crack it and smell it.
What should it smell like? before I
It
do
smells like a nice healthy meal.
What does that mean? Chicken? Roast chicken? Fried
Well, I'm
chicken?
vegetarian, so that doesn't smell like a nice healthy meal to me.
Because I'm struggling with a bit of a sinus issue at the moment, you see, so that's
No,
gonna be a problem.
it won't harm your sinuses, darling. It'll be good for your sinuses.
Should I eat it?
You can if you
Go
want.
ahead,
yeah.
eat it. She lives.
You can actually get the very baby leaves and mix it with honey and just chew it like that.
Okay.
It's so good for you.
So it's just a thing. It's just, what is it? A herb for cooking and
Yes,
eating?
it's for it's culinary. It's my favorite. I like to put it in everything. I say to people, if you can't cook, it makes your food taste good.
Okay.
If you can cook, it makes it taste even better.
All right. And what's this called?
Curry leaf,
Curry
but the
leaf.
real name is kapule. Kapule. Capulay. Kapule. So the Indians know it, the Arabs know it. Asia, they use it all the
Right.
time. Yeah.
Where did you get this?
I grow it. I grow it and I sell it.
Oh,
I have
you
an
grow and
organic
sell.
farm, an organic plant nursery. Yeah.
But it isn't vastly available just as
No, you don't really find it in Barbados. It's only people that know that I have it and I grow it. They will come to me and say, "Christy, we want a curry leaf tree." And okay. And yes, and also...
So is it medicine?
It's food flavoring and it's medicine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good for your eyes and it has a lot of medicinal properties.
So
We've
it
got
helps with
one.
the pressure to the eye, or
Well,
what?
okay, that's another thing. As you say, there's a lot of different eye problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it manages diabetes as well, and kidney pain. Yes, it's good for eye disorders, especially arresting the development of a cataract. So you see, it actually prevents cataracts.
I got you. I have a
So,
lot of questions.
it's
You
great.
got to forgive
It's
me
great.
here.
That's fine,
All right.
that's
There's
fine.
another root that you brought.
Oh, it's also good weight reduction. If you have a problem with weight,
I need that.
that will reduce your weight.
Okay, and this other root.
Right, now this other root, and my lady outside, she didn't recognize it because she only sees them one by one. This is turmeric.
I thought so.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. And again, turmeric is multi-beneficial. And yeah, you're used to seeing it kind of like that. I don't take the mud off when I'm, handling it, but obviously I'll take the mud off to cook it. And the best way to cook it is to get a spoon and just scrape off the skin. Well, wash the dirt off first and then scrape the skin. So you don't need to cut it, you just gently scrape it with a spoon. And this is...
and just drop that whole big piece in the pot?
Well, you can, but it's best to chop it or grate it.
Okay.
You can put it in your smoothie, raw like that. They have what's called a golden milk, where you put turmeric with coconut milk, and you can either heat it or you can drink it like that. Never drink anything with ice. I know you Bajans love ice.
And then why? Why not? Why?
Why? Because it freezes all your gastric juices. It freezes your whole gastric system.
Or all room temperature?
Room temperature,
So
yeah.
you mustn't have a cold beverage at all?
No,
all?
At all.
So why does cold exist? For what purpose does that exist?
Cold was used as a preservative because you use a fridge to put your food to keep it fresh, but you're not meant to use blocks of ice. I know it's terribly, awfully disappointing, but it's really not good.
Fair enough. Noted, ma'am. Noted, ma'am. Okay, that looks like a cactus, is it?
It is, yes. But we haven't finished turmeric yet.
Sorry. Apologies.
But turmeric, right, it's good for the brain and aging brain cells, right? It can actually prevent Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Prevent or slow the onset?
Well, yes, slow down.
Okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
I like the word prevent. Trust me.
I like the word prevent as well. Yes,
for sure.
And coconut oil is very good for Alzheimer's, and that actually can
And that's
cure
coconut
it.
oil drunk or coconut oil rubbed into my head?
Drunk. Well, you could rub it into your hair. That wouldn't do any good. You'd probably grow more hair.
This woman. But you're right. Okay. So
There's nothing wrong with coconut oil.
Whether you drink it, the thought of drinking coconut oil.
No, when you put it, you can put it in your smoothie. You don't even notice it. Or if you eat yogurt, you can put a spoon in your yogurt
In other
with
words,
a bit of honey.
Blur the taste.
Well, blur the taste. It doesn't really have much taste. It's just.
It doesn't?
No, not fresh coconut oil.
Okay. If you insist. Okay, and because the time is going so swiftly, the other plants that you have,
Right,
the one in the
okay.
middle, the cactus.
Yes, the cactus. Now, this does prevent and cure diabetes.
Does it?
Now, all
You use it
your
as a
grannies.
shampoo?
Yes, you use it as a shampoo. There's scrunchy needle, there's planter's cactus, there's a variety of similar cacti, and they are all very, very, very good anti-diabetic, and all the grannies would have had them. And I was going around Barbados seeing how many trees are left, and I found this beautiful one because it also has a lovely flower which is bright pink when it's ripe. And in Tenerife, near Spain, they actually make a liqueur from it, and they make a jam from it. So you've got this bright, amazing pink liqueur or amazing pink jam, and it is so good for you. And anyway, I found this beautiful tree, and I was picking the berries and fruits and so on. I went back 2 weeks later. Someone had just chopped it down completely. I thought, oh my God, I don't believe it.
Ignorance. We just
Yes,
didn't know. So good. This is good for diabetes.
Yeah.
Again, chop it up in our salads and so forth.
Well, yes. Well, obviously you've got to
Remove
cut
the
off.
prickles.
Yeah, the outer leaves. Again, you can slice it, put it in salad raw. You can slice it, put it in a stir fry. The Mexicans, a lot of middle Caribbean cultures use it. Yeah, Aruba and Bonaire and all of those places where not much grows except cacti.
So it's good for managing your diabetes. The plant in the middle, the tall stem there.
This is moringa.
Oh, we know about that.
Well, everybody says we know about it. It was a fashion. It was a phase. Everybody wanted the seeds, but they only focused on the seeds.
When we had this chikungunya problem, that became a big part of it.
Right. Well, the beauty of moringa, and I'm going to read it out to you, is that... where is it? I had it just now. Oh, here it is. Okay. It has 7 times more vitamin C than oranges. It has 4 times more vitamin A than carrots. It has 4 times more calcium than calcium foods. It has 3 times more potassium than bananas. It has 3 times more iron than broccoli and spinach, and it also has 3 times more vitamin A than almonds.
It's just a wonder fruit.
It is.
So
It's a superfood.
Do I make a tea? Do I just eat the leaves?
You've got a number of things. When the pods are babies, they're tiny little, they look like string beans, and they're green. So you can pick them then, and you can stir fry them, you can chop them again, putting in your salad and stuff. So you can have the baby green beans. Then when they mature and go into a pod with seeds, what I want you to do, if you've never done it, I know most Bajans have because it was a fashion, but I do it with foreigners. I say, right, peel the seed, chew it, and now get a glass of water and drink it.
Why?
No.
Why?
Because it's suddenly a burst of sweetness in your mouth.
Okay.
Yes. The seeds.
Moringa seeds?
Yes. They don't taste sweet when you're chewing it, but as soon as you have a sip of water, wow, it's like you've just eaten a spoon of sugar.
That opens up.
Yeah.
That flavor. Okay.
It's amazing. So that's the seed pod, right? And then you've got the flowers. So the flowers, again, are very good and very healthy. You can put them in salads, you can put them in smoothies and make
so with
a
the
tea.
moringa, you can waste nothing because
That's right,
everything
yeah.
has value.
And the leaves, again, you know, I actually, moringas grow really fast in Barbados. So I trim them, cut off the top, and then I take all the leaves, because they call it never die, because it doesn't die. And I just put them on a tray out of the sun, but to dry, and then I blend them and get the moringa powder. And then again, I can put the powder in my tea, I can put the powder in my smoothie, and so on. So
And as with
moringa
everything
is
else,
wonderful.
the amount. Just be careful of how much you use.
Yeah.
All right. And the third plant?
This is the curry leaf plant. So
Oh.
this grows into
that's
that.
that.
This is a tiny baby curry leaf plant. So this is how I sell them, and then you end up with nice curry leaves for
so
your
that I don't kill it. Is it difficult to maintain?
Well, it must be in the shade.
Must be in the shade.
Does not like sun at all, and it must be damp.
Okay.
It doesn't like dry or sun. Yeah, yeah.
And these are things that are in our vicinity, folks, really within our reach everywhere. And everywhere we go, we tend to want to reach for other forms of medicine. Sometimes
That's right.
plant
But I mean,
based
your
into
own
medicine.
King Pride of Barbados. This is so nutritious. I mean, the children years ago used to eat the little pods as peas, right? And I mean, you know, it's good for malaria. It prevents malaria. It's good for women's menstrual flow. It's good for chest infections, bronchitis, asthma, and so on. And it's also good for your kidneys and jaundice, and it's an eye wash and an insecticide. So you can, you know, boil it and use the cooked leaves as an insecticide.
A lot of these things we have as decorative plants, but they're actually
they don't know what they are.
functional as well.
And this is another one. I was shocked because
Ixora.
Ixora, that grows everywhere. Everybody loves it as a flower, but it is a medicinal herb. And again, it's really, really good. It's for skin infections, scabies. It's good for eczema and pruritus. So yes, you wouldn't believe how much benefits you have in Barbados.
All right. I know you have a fundraiser coming up. Tell me quickly about that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Well, I'm also a musician, and I love children.
We spoke.
Yes, we spoke. You didn't
We spoke. No,
remember.
I got you. I got
Now
you.
you got me.
Yes, so go ahead.
And I'm always encouraging children not only to eat healthy and to learn about the herbs, because I run a herbal course for children as well, and an organic farming class for children. I'm a musician, and I'd rather put an instrument in a child's hand than a gun. And unfortunately, we have so much. Well, the world's a mess at the moment, let's face it. And these poor kids are growing up. They're confused. They don't know where to go, what to do, and so on. And music can really be a lifeline. When I played the piano, it was my therapy. If I was angry, or if I was happy, I'd play a happy tune. You know, it can, or sad and melancholic. So it can be so emotive and a release that children need. And also if they play in or sing in a choir or play in an orchestra, that again is a unifying thing, and they feel needed, they've got a place, and so on.
So when is the fundraiser?
Well, the thing is that we had to postpone it because I'm still researching all the children that can play. So anybody who can play and would like to perform can contact CBC or contact me. There's the Caribbean classical
Fantastic.
music appreciation
Right, I got
on
you. So
Facebook.
reach out to Christy Langell Priest, and so she can help you get this all sorted out as well. So good to meet you. So good to, meet you. So good to meet all of this as well.
Yes.
So we now know
There's a
better.
lot more.
Yeah, we
So
see these
much more.
things all around us. We walk on by, we admire its beauty, and we never looked at the function of what it is that we're dealing with. There is food in everything around us. And so Christy exposed us to that this morning. There's medicine in everything around us. Christy exposed us to that this morning. And so perhaps you need to broaden your education about so that you can broaden your appreciation for. And that's going to be absolutely critical. So we hope that we sparked something in you this morning to try a little differently and to take a different approach to how we respond to some of the conditions we face medically every day. Christy, thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
Morning Barbados break, so we're coming back in a moment.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison Scott.
That's life where Orlando Hines is. If he should see red outside our door, he'll say it's a completely different picture here in beautiful Barbados. But a Barbadian is living right up there in that snow Orlando, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing, Pearson?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? We're checking on you. How are you doing in the midst of that snow?
Right now, I like to trade places with you. I like to be in the Heartland. It's really rough up here with all the snow. People still trying to dig out. There's snow everywhere, and we haven't seen snow like this in 8 years. We haven't seen snow like this. 8 years, yeah. They had snowstorms before that, but since 8 years, we haven't seen snow like this, and it's rough.
When is this bad? What is it that you cannot do?
Well, we had like 12 inches of snow here, and they always say to keep off the road. You stay in, you watch television. There's not much you can do because a lot of children like to go out there and play in the snow. It's all fun and good for them, but then for we adults to have to go out there and dig out cars and clean the sidewalk and stuff, it's rough.
And then you're forced to stay indoors, aren't you?
Yep, you're forced to stay indoors. You can, as I said, you can go outside and do what you want to do, but they always advise you to keep off the road because it's not safe out there.
Now listen to me.
With vehicles traveling and stuff like that, it's not safe at all.
You know, for us, cold in Barbados is like 19 degrees Celsius. This is a different kind of cold we're talking about. It's the kind of cold that should you open the door, the blast hits you enough to push you back inside. Am I right?
Push you back. Yeah, you're right. You can go outside and take a cup of water and pour it, and before it hit the ground, it freezes.
Wow.
So you're talking about temperatures like 3 and 4 degrees. Right now it's 15 degrees outside, and it's really cold.
How do you mentally and emotionally prepare yourself? Because, I mean, you were warned that this snowstorm was coming and that could linger for a little while, and it has a stretch almost all across North America. Talk to me a little bit how you emotionally and mentally prepared yourself for this storm.
Well, you can be prepared and still not be prepared. Even though we hear about this storm coming, everybody was taking it lightly. We went out and did some shopping. Get food stuff in the house and water and stuff like that. But you can't be too prepared or be prepared because you don't know what's going to happen. And it hits you every time it hits you. It hits me. I don't like the snow at all. I prefer to deal with the rain.
You don't like the snow at all? At all?
I don't like the snow at all.
Why?
You see, it's all fine when the snow is coming down. It looks pretty. It's good on television. But when you have to deal with it, it's something totally different. Even walking, when the snow hardens down, it becomes ice. They call it black ice.
Yeah.
You can go in there and slip. It looks like the road, but you can go in there and step on it and slip down fall down very easy. So, it's really rough.
Just out of curiosity, has it happened to you before?
Yes. Yes, it happens many times. You go out there, you walk in, it looks like the road, but it's black ice. And when you step on it, you just fall right down.
Listen, and it's
not easy to do it at all.
That's what I'm saying, because in Barbados, if you slip and fall, the first thing you do is look out to make sure no one saw you, and you get up and go. I am sure. And the same thing again, right? Hope that no one saw you fall.
And as for driving, if you're driving a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle, it's all easy to move. But a lot of times when you're stopping, it's difficult to stop because what happens is some of the cars don't have anti-lock brakes. And even if you have anti-lock brakes, some of the cars still slide. So you have to be very, very careful how you're driving and stuff like that. It's not nice. It's not nice.
So why you don't come home? Answer the question, Orlando. Knowing it's not nice, why you don't just come home?
I'm ready. Don't be surprised if you see me in Barbados next week.
Well, that's all right. And that's good because home is where the heart is for sure and the warmth is. Let's talk a little bit about, you talked about preparing for the storm. We know about preparing for the storm as in rain and wind in Barbados. But a snowstorm requires a different kind of preparation. Talk to me a little bit about the things that are required that you do so that you believe that you're adequately prepared for a snowstorm.
Well, When you got cars and stuff like that, you have to look for some place. If you don't have a garage, you have to look for some place where you can park your car and make sure you have a good park so that the snow plows doesn't block you in.
Wow.
You have to be, you have to go there and salt the sidewalks and stuff like that, so that the snow doesn't stick to the ground. And there's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and then digging out. That's the worst thing. Digging out. A lot of people catch heart attacks and stuff from digging out that snow.
Wow.
A lot of people just fall and die from digging. And that's why they always tell you, if you see somebody who want help and you can help them, you help them. And I always believe in that. I always believe in helping.
I know sometimes the snow also impacts the ability for heating and electricity and the like. Talk to me about how serious this particular storm has been, and what are people around you saying that has been their experience?
As I said, a lot of people stayed inside, and if you doesn't have heat in the house at this time, you're in big trouble, because you can get if you don't have heat, you're in big trouble, because in the house can get colder than outside. You go outside is one temperature, and you come in the house is a totally different temperature if you doesn't have heat. So you have to make sure you have heat, and as you said, you have to be prepared, because if you doesn't have a heater in the house, and the boiler breaks down, you got a problem. So you're battling.
I know the governors and the mayors of the cities have been addressing you guys as well in terms of reminding you of things to do. What can you say about the plans that were put in place for people who are without homes and shelter? What happened with them?
Well, the government tried to take a lot of those people off of the street, and I've been thinking about those people. For instance, I know a guy who lived at a bus stop, and he was on my mind all yesterday and the day before. I was wondering, how's this guy surviving? Because it's very, very cold, and you can stay right there and freeze, because they said the temperatures is like 3-4 degrees. So you can sit down there and don't get up. You can freeze right there. So the government go around and they take these people off of the streets, a lot of them, and I think they're doing a very good job. I think the mayor of New York, I think he is doing an excellent job. He's doing a very, very good job. The salt in the roads and shoveling and the snow plows and stuff. I think he's doing a very, very good job.
We were talking to someone yesterday who lives in the Channel Islands, and he was talking to us a little bit about managing the cold in the Channel Islands. He says, layer up and eat different. And so how different during a winter storm do you eat?
Well, I eat the same way all year round. Whatever I'm eating during the summer, I always eat during the winter. You have to make sure and take your vitamins and stuff like that. Going outside, you have to be well prepared. Like, I had on 4 pants yesterday. I had on 5 shirts, a waistcoat, a big jacket, and you always have to have your head covered and stuff like that. You have to be well prepared for this weather.
And even
a lot of people say that.
And even with all of those articles of clothing that you were wearing, it still wasn't warm enough inside, right?
Still wasn't warm enough. You go outside in your fingers. I had on a thick pair of gloves while I was cleaning off the cars, and my fingers still freeze up. So it's not easy here. It's not easy in this cold weather at all.
Well, let me tell you what's easy here, Orlando. We are enjoying 20 degrees Celsius in weather conditions that are sunny. Sorry, I'm telling you. In beautiful Barbados, you can still walk out right to the beach and enjoy the reclining on the beautiful sands and the cool breezes.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
I'm gonna rub it in. In other words, come on.
Don't rub it in. Listen, you're doing the same thing that Ray Norville, Shirley Stewart, and Playboy is doing right now. They're laughing at me.
Sorry, buddy. But I really want to thank you, Orlando, for joining us this morning to paint for us the picture of the experience of this snowstorm. But your humor keeps you grounded, and humor keeps you warm and engaged. So well done, Orlando.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a nice day. Give thanks.
Always.
That's the next song I'm bringing. I'm also an artist, and I'm bringing out another song. It's called Give Thanks, and look out for it.
All right. Will do.
I think you all should enjoy it.
Thank you, my brother. Orlando Hines in New York, and of course, he's surviving the cold, as many other Barbadians are as well. But we really, really want to commend him for staying focused and staying positive. And for those of you who are living in those conditions, remember, come long home. Come long home. All right. That's it for... I keep saying you can't talk to me while I'm talking because I can't hear you. All right. So they tell me there's a video to share with you. You take a look at the video, and as you're taking a look at the video, we want to thank you for being with us today. My little crew looks forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
I can't believe I left Barbados for this here.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.